Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the video, and today I want to talk about the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer that we just seen last night, and I also want to talk about the Game Awards, and I want to talk about what announcements and what reveals I want to see at the Game Awards. And so yeah, let's get right into it. So first, let's talk about that Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. That trailer was a big surprise. I remember I was cooking dinner for my family last night, and my buddy posted it in the group chat and he was like, no way this gets released. And I seen it and I was absolutely blown away from what it had to show. Now the trailer doesn't really show much. It shows that we're going to be playing a female protagonist this time around, and we're also joined by a male companion, and it looks like robberies are back and we're going to be able to rob stores. I have some questions now, like, are we going to be able to rob banks, and what other places are we going to be able to rob? Is that going to be expanded upon in this game? And also, are they going to be bringing back the gimmick of being able to swap between characters? Are we going to be playing as the male protagonist as well? That would be really cool to see if we could swap between characters like in GTA 5. Also, the world looks awesome. It looks very beautiful and very modern. They're definitely going for a social media vibe this time around, as you're seeing different live streams on like phones. So I wonder if we're gonna have access to a cell phone with a bunch of different social media apps on it, maybe, and like how is that gonna work? How is that gonna be implemented into the game? Or maybe that was just some cutscenes in the game. I'm not too sure, but it looked really cool, and there's the whole aesthetic and the vibe of the city looks like a really good time. It looks like a very fun and vibrant vibe that we are getting from this, and I'm a big fan of it, and I can't wait to see more of the city. Some of the leaks says that we're going to be able to go into like 70% of the buildings, which I think is going to be awesome. That was something that I was missing out on in Grand Theft Auto 5, was just being able to be immersed into the game and go inside most of the buildings and just explore. It'd just be really cool to visit like a diner and be able to go in like a diner and just eat somewhere, or go inside a mall and shop for clothes and shop for items. I feel like that'd be really cool. I'm really curious to see what the online is going to be like now for this game too, because Grand Theft Auto 5's online has been going strong for the last 6 or 7 years now, and we've also been introduced to Grand Theft Auto RP, which is a really great time to play on. And from what I know, Rockstar did buy out the modders that made Grand Theft Auto RP, so seeing that implemented into Grand Theft Auto 6's multiplayer would be really cool. And overall, I am excited to play this game. It says that we're going to have to wait till 2025 to play this game, so hopefully we get it early 2025. I really do hope it's not going to be fall of 2025, because that just feels like it's a eternity away, and I do not want to wait any longer for this game now that we've seen it. And I just can't wait to see more of Grand Theft Auto 6, and thank you Rockstar for releasing the trailer early. Now I want to talk about the Game Awards, as the Game Awards is coming up in a couple days. On December 7th, we are going to be seeing who wins all the awards and who's going to win Game of the Year. Will it be Zelda, Spider-Man, Baldur's Gate? I don't know. I think that Marvel's Spider-Man should probably win it, or Baldur's Gate. I haven't played Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, but I want to play it eventually. I've played about like 30 minutes of the game, and it is a really cool time from what I've played so far. I'm really amped to dive into that game because I was a really big fan of Breath of the Wild. But for Game of the Year, I loved playing Spider-Man 2 this year, so on that list, I hope Spider-Man wins. But now let's talk about the announcements and updates on games, and I want to see updates on games like Rare's Everwild. We haven't heard from that game in a very long time. I think it's been a couple years now since we've seen anything of Everwild, and from what we've seen before, it looks like a really cool and really beautiful fantasy game that I would love to dive into and play, and I would love to see more from this game. And it's made by Rare, who are the makers of Sea of Thieves and Banjo-Kazooie, and they're known for making some really cool games, and have never really played any of their previous games. I did try playing Sea of Thieves a couple times, but I could never really get into it. I'm not really big on multiplayer games anymore, and in Sea of Thieves you need a crew on a ship to go on adventures with, and I don't really have many people to play with on PC to play Sea of Thieves with, so it'd be awesome to play a single player title made by Rare, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of Everwild and seeing more of its beautiful fantasy world. The next Xbox game I would love to get an update on is Gears of War 6, because we haven't heard anything from the Coalition in about 4 years, and their last game was released in 2019, so it would be awesome to get like a teaser trailer or a gameplay trailer of Gears of War 6, because I absolutely love Gears of War, and I definitely want to play at least one more game as Kate Diaz and wrap up her story. The Coalition has also been rumored to be working on the Gears of War collection, or better known as the Marcus Phoenix collection, which would be an HD remaster of the original trilogy of games, which would be so awesome to see on PC, because as of right now, I don't have access to an Xbox 360 or a new Xbox, so it would be really awesome to relive my childhood and play Gears of War 2 and 3 on my PC, and even throw in Gears of War Judgment on there too. I feel like that's a really underrated Gears of War game. I remember picking that game up back in the day on my Xbox 360, and I had an absolute blast playing that game. If I remember correctly, it wasn't too well received by the Gears community, but I remember having a really fun time with that game, so I would love to see that game on the Gears of War collection as well. But those are the updates that I would like to see from the Coalition. The next games I want to talk about are games developed by Sony, because as of right now, Sony's library of games for 2024 are looking really dry at the moment. So far, we have Final Fantasy Rebirth and Stellar Blade releasing in 2024, but other than that, they don't really have a big library of games, so hopefully we get some updates on what their studios are working on, like what has Sucker Punch been working on lately? Have they been working on Ghost of Tsushima 2? Have they been working on another Infamous game? I would really like to hear from them and see what they're working on. If we do get a teaser trailer or a gameplay trailer for Ghost of Tsushima 2, that would be awesome, because I was a really big fan of the first game and how you could use the 4 different stances and how you could use them against the different enemy archetypes. And I also really liked playing stealthy in that game and playing as the Ghost. I thought it was Assassin's Creed but done better. And I also just really love how beautiful and immersive the world was, and using the touchpad to use the guiding winds to guide you to your next checkpoint or your next objective was really cool. So hopefully we see something from Sucker Punch. The next game I would like to see is a game from Naughty Dog. What has Naughty Dog been working on? We haven't heard anything from Naughty Dog in quite some time now. The last couple of years, all they've been releasing are remakes and remasters. So it would be awesome to see a reveal of The Last of Us Part 3 or a new Uncharted game or just a new IP, something. Or maybe even an update on The Last of Us Factions. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of live service games right now, it would be still really cool to see an update on what they've been working on, because we've been left in the dark from Naughty Dog for quite a while now, and I just want to see what's next from one of my favorite studios. Another Sony game I would love to see is the next God of War game or God of War DLC, because we have been rumored to get a standalone Atreus game or some Atreus DLC, because in God of War Ragnarok you're able to play as Atreus, and at the end of that game, if you haven't played it, he does go off on his own adventure, so it leaves room for us to play as him in a standalone game or DLC. So it'd be super awesome to finally get the reveal of that game or that DLC. I would love to play more God of War Ragnarok. I just finished playing it about a week ago, and so it would be super awesome to finally play more God of War. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, and let me know, are you guys excited for Grand Theft Auto 6? Are there any specific features that you want to see implemented into the game? And are you guys excited for the Game Awards in a couple days? And what games are you excited to see at the Game Awards? Are there any specific games in general that you want to see announced? And remember to subscribe for more gaming commentaries like this one. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.